Now, just like your father, you also have a strong love for activism, and you speak so much about the social injustice that is going on.
Yes.
And your album, Africa for Africa, spoke so much about bad governments being the problem.
Yes.
And I'm sure you still think that is a problem we are facing.
It definitely is a problem.
So what are your projections for how we can deal with this?
It's so simple. I think we have to understand that Africa is sick. And if we don't give it the right dosage of medicine, we'll never get better. And we have to understand, why is Africa the way Africa is? From the slave trade, we have never recovered. Then bad African puppet governments, colonialism, and the way we think. Another example I'll give is, we don't think, many of us don't think in our languages. We think in English or French or Portuguese. And when you find an African who thinks, dreams in his language, we call he or she an illiterate. So you have to speak like perfect English. If we don't do this interview in perfect English, if I don't speak to you the way I'm speaking, I will be perceived as an unintelligent person. If my English was terrible, then nobody will listen to me in Africa because, he can't even speak English, so why am I listening to him? We show up because we can speak English. So this is a very big problem. We don't understand that our soul has been taken from us. We have been stripped, our women were raped. This continent was abused until we realize and appreciate this history. And unfortunately, our governments don't even appreciate this. So what do you have? You have all our leaders dressing Western style. Why are you dressing Western style?
So from your perception, we need to embrace more of our culture, our history.
We need to love ourselves more. We need to care for ourselves. Most young people, as soon as they leave university, even before, where do they want to go? Europe or America? They want to get out of this country. Nobody wants to think, how do I want to make it in this country. I want Africa to be great. I want Africa to be the envy of the world. So what? You go to America and you appreciate America, then you look down on your people. So we have many Africans that go there. When they come back, they look down on us. I've just come back from London. So what? Why don't you say I've just come back from Ibadan? And if you say, I traveled, where did you go, Ibadan? You look down on the place. And the leadership over the years is, we have always looked to adore Europe and America instead of adoring ourselves first. And until we start to think like this, and only government can make us think like this. And government without a vision, with the total love for its people, will not let us think in this direction. Where we must redirect all this energy back inwards to ourselves to rebuild. So we can make Africa the envy of the world. If you want to travel by road from Lagos to Cotonou, it's hell. But you can travel from England to any part of Europe with free access, beautiful journey. But can you imagine if we could drive from Lagos to Nairobi? That beauty?
That would actually be amazing.
Then when you do that journey, why would you want to go to America? Why would you want to go anywhere else in this world? There's so much to see in Africa. And this is how we should be thinking. This was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's dream. This was Lumumba's dream. This was Marcus Garvey's dream. And every great person saw this dream. Why do people at the helm of power not see this dream?
Okay, now you've mentioned so much about Africa and how we're not well informed about slavery and it's not embedded in our history. So sad to see what's happening in Libya, which just came out recently. Were you shocked at the report?
I wasn't shocked because this has been going on for a while. People have been making that, they are just making a big deal of what has been going on for over 10, 20 years. And everybody knew this was going on. So because one reporter from CNN goes there, why didn't any of our reporters go there? We have been seeing it. All the people that have died before. What about the 26 girls that died? What killed them? That our government did not even go there it took the Italian government to bury them and give them a noble burial. No, but we should have insisted, I want those bodies to come back and give them honorable burials here. This is thinking African. But then the Italian government gives them a burial. They are dead. What about their families? Why did those girls take that terrible journey? Why do we take that journey? So what Africans should be having a meeting right now, 2 meetings. First, to stop our people from making that journey, and then probing the Libyan government that why are they doing this to our people. But you don't see any of this in the news.
It's just so sad that this is happening. Now we're looking at One People, One World, your album, which is coming out on the 23rd of February 2008.
No, the single is out.
The single is out, but the album is coming out next year. So any sneak peek into what to expect from the album?
It's going to be political, of course, but I think most of my music have been very pessimistic. I think this has to do with inspiration from my children. I'm more optimistic. And I think I'm forced to be optimistic because I must show young people that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We cannot, I would hate to live this life and not give people strength and energy to believe that it can work. And I do believe it can work. And I think from my children, I see the love they give me. I found new energy and hope. And I'm trying to use that energy to my fan base and people around the world that, look, if we do, so these new ideas I have are really from sitting at home, the love I'm getting, and that new energy, which I think is very godly. And I'm trying to put this into my music and send a positive message. So, but the album is very political. There are tracks called like Corruption and Stealing, talking about, of course, same old story, but there are things now I'm talking more social issues, like there's a song called Evil People, which is a very big hit in the shrine. Now they're way with that. One of my favorite songs on the album is called It's Best to Live on the Good Side. It's probably, the instrumentation is awesome. I think it's probably one of the best things I've done in my life musically. And then, of course, this track, Africa Will Be Great. So you see, the message is more
positive
and optimistic in the music.
And for the single that is out now, where can people get it?
Anywhere digital, on the internet, anywhere you can. On my page, you can Google it down. You can just Google it, One People, One World, and download it. I think you can get it for free, but it's better you pay for it so your conscience doesn't pay.
Very true. Please pay for it. Thank you so much for joining us. There's so much I want to ask you, but because we're constrained for time, I look forward to having another interview again, if you would oblige us.
Of course, of course.
We've been speaking with a 4-time Grammy nominee, a music living legend, and someone who is very, very strong about political activism. We look forward to hearing his album, dropping on the 23rd of February 2018. But his single is already out, and there's so much positivism or positiveness around this, and we look forward to hearing all that, hoping that it will inspire us to be the Africa of proud warriors and ancestral savannas, and the Africa of whom our grandfathers sing. This is Hello Nigeria. Thank you for watching. My name is Oliver Modi.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go